I'm like,
Ain't worried about the bro, nigga, boy, I got family feet, I ain't going shit. Somebody pass me a jersey, tryna go score with that pack, I'm number one pick.
Man, what's good, YouTube? Self-made don't come back with another reaction video. Man, I've been gone for some time, bro, but I'm back, bro. We back on reactions, man. Y'all see by the title, say, why Lil Durk can't slide for Von, bro. So let's see, bro. I mean, if he really speaking some real shit, bro, it'll be dumb for like Lil Durk to crash out, like, you know, bro. Like it's shit, like I don't know, bro. I don't know, but like, comment, subscribe, man. Let's get into it.
Away on November 6th, 2020, King Von and Lil Durk were as close as they come.
What made you want to sign him?
Just a real nigga, just, I'm saying, it's my brother, twin.
King Von was once the flagship artist on Lil Durk's OTF label, and with a majority of Durk's musical catalog dedicated to mocking people he allegedly turned into a pack, it's no surprise the internet keeps ridiculing him for the fact that he hasn't gotten revenge for Von, whose life was cut short during a scuffle outside of an Atlanta hookah lounge. The phrase Slide4Von has basically become synonymous with Lil Durk's name, despite all of his efforts to remain peaceful and address it on multiple occasions. But in a recent interview with academics, he may have suggested that he already has one-upped his opponents. It's your boy Luesta, and today we're gonna investigate why Lil Durk did not slide for Von, or at least not do any more than he already has. Cause as you may know, Lil Durk and King Von had tough lives growing up in the streets of Chicago, which is often referred to as Chirac by many drill rappers for how dangerous it can be. In 2021, Chicago, Illinois reportedly had one of the highest murder rates in the United States. Surrounded by violence and with death lurking around every corner, both Durk and Von spent their formative years being raised by a single mother, with Durk's dad getting a life sentence when Durkio was just 7 months old after he refused to snitch on Larry Hoover over a cocaine charge, while King Von's father was shot dead before he even became a teenager. And since Durk grew up in Inglewood, he had friends in the infamous Parkway Garden Projects that was located nearby, the same ones that Chief Keef first made famous when he blew up back in the early 2010s. As time went on, the area became more famously known as O-Block, a name that's closely associated with the late rapper King Von.
We out the block. It's just like how we is, where we from. We all real close, like, you see what I'm saying? So if it's just one of the guys,
what did you
he
just
happen
say?
to be rapping,
I don't even want to go back.
What to do. Everybody else, as a whole, I'm gonna say as well, we don't know what we want to do. We finna try to be the biggest drug dealers, or we finna rob whoever got some money, or we finna finesse whoever got to finesse. We thinking streetwise. But he just one of the guys, he rapping and it working.
Durk often referred to Von as his baby bro because he often looked out for him and treated him just like a real brother. He helped him focus on making music and staying out of the streets where King Von was known to get into some serious trouble. However, King Von may have been a bit too much to handle. From attempting a hit at his high school prom to literally tweeting out about people he has put underneath the ground, a series of events led him to being labeled as rap's first serial killer. During his teenage years, Von was deeply involved with O-Block and their conflict with a nearby area known as 63rd or Tukaville, which he often referred to in his music.
So I rise, hit one in his arm, hit one in his thigh.
Just don't lie,
do it that. You say you gon' slide, you
got some nerve.
On the curve, but we put in work from 64th and from 65th, we not from 63rd. We hang on 64th, 65th, and King Drive. And on 63rd,
bro.
They dirty and stuff. They be up there just stealing and doing all type of petty stuff. So
they dirty over there.
And stuff. They be up there just stealing, doing all type of petty stuff. So we don't go up there with them because they be dirty.
This led him to frequently
let J May tell him, bro. He up open game.
Being in and out of jail for most of his adolescence, and having numerous encounters with the law, evidenced by all these mugshot photos that were taken over the years.
So this is all of King Von's mugshots ever, and we just gotta talk about,
like, gang, how do you get out of jail this many times though, bro? Like, literally. And these look like all in a row. Or like, you know, like, how do you get out of jail this many times, bro? Like, you see the same judge and they give you a chance this many times. I mean, I get if he was a minor in most of these and shit, but I don't know.
About this is the most devious man to ever walk planet Earth. Because why in the hell do you got damn near 30 mugshots? Jit literally committed every crime known to man.
However, Von decided to turn his life around after he beat a murder charge in December of 2017. Upon being released, he had a notebook full of raps that he had written while in jail. And once he got home, he started dropping song after song. Not long after his release from prison, Durk recognized Von's potential to make it with music and decided to sign him to his label OTF, which stands for only the family and is typically associated with the Black Disciples gang. But where other artists sometimes sign a rapper to their imprint and basically let them fend for themselves, Durk really put Von on from the minute he joined. And immediately, we were introduced to some of his biggest tracks like Beat That Body and Crazy Story. Both of these songs have hundreds of millions of streams across
I ain't never heard Beat That Body.
the board.
Got a drop on this flexing it. He from Tennessee, I had a thought. She be with the shit, she told me way.
And from here, everywhere Durk went, Von would be by his side. He even brought him along to his appearance on The Breakfast Club, which led to the first viral moment between the two of them, where Durk would also show how much of a brotherly figure he was to Von, after he stopped Von from saying something that could have possibly got him convicted.
Shit, when you get to that line, have you ever been convicted? Have you ever
No
been
experiences doing nothing. I ain't,
Word.
Overall, Durk was deeply committed to Von's success. He would often collaborate on Von's tracks, giving massive exposure to his own fan base, and made guest appearances at Durk's shows. While this certainly had advantages for him and his OTF label, it really seemed like Durk was just genuinely trying to help his friend achieve success and flourish. However, their collaboration, touring, and even their ability to simply spend time together were soon to be severely impacted after they got caught by the feds in Atlanta. In February of 2019, the pair were accused of being involved in a shooting outside a bar in Atlanta, the city where King Von would fatefully move to and attempt to avoid the streets, although the exact opposite would happen. As in May of that year, the two turned themselves into the cops after a warrant was issued. Once they were at the precinct, they were hit with a ton of charges, from attempted murder, aggravated assault, and possession of firearms. Turning to music, Durkio pled his innocence on the song Turned Myself In, where he referenced how the state was making up lies.
Look up at the judge, hey look, stay making up lies for sure. I'm an innocent man for sure. It is what it is for sure.
But once they were released on a bond of $300,000 each, one of the conditions of their release was that they weren't allowed to associate with one another, while Von was placed on house arrest. Considering how tight they were, this was a hard pill to swallow, but Von remained
Feds be hating, gang, like real life, bro.
grateful for everything Durk had done for him so far.
Yeah, so yeah, me and Durk, we only see each other like at court if we got court or some shit.
Bro, why he got this spooky ass fucking October ghost storytelling ass fucking music playing? Like, y'all heard it? It's like, whoo! I thought I was tripping, bro. It sounded like the wind or some shit. Like,
So even when you're on tour, you can't really be around it?
Yeah, me and Durk, we only see each other like at court if we got court or some shit.
So even when you're on tour, you can't really be around each other too much?
Nah, we can't. Nah, hell nah.
Is that strange? Like, just to have the court basically just saying you can't be cool with one of your best
Yeah,
friends?
because you know it's like started up for me and everything. Like, people get to noticing me shit out there. He bringing me to his interviews and pulling up a chair right here and letting me sit right there.
Right.
If he came, no jump, he'd have a chair right here with me. You'd be like, what the f going on?
Right.
Nah, this is my artist. I only was having shows because of Durk.
Even with obstacles placed in their way, Durk and Von continued to deliver musically. Durk scored his biggest album yet on Just Cause Y'all Waited 2, with tracks like Viral Moment, Turn Myself In, and Three-Headed Goat. Meanwhile, Von dropped his debut album, Welcome to O-Block, which was a massive success. Peaking at number 5, it was Durk who had successfully lit the way for Von to become a superstar. But just a week after the project dropped, those dreams would become nothing short of a distant memory, as King Von would endure a hail of bullets, and Durk would be left with nothing but pain and a whole ton of pressure on him to seek vengeance. Just as Von should have been having the time of his life and putting the streets behind him, a fight with a rival MC, Quando Rondo, and his entourage broke out while the two were at a hookah lounge in Atlanta, which led to shots being fired and Von later dying from the wounds he sustained in the hospital. Over time, it would be revealed that the killer was allegedly Timothy Leaks, aka Lil Tim. To this day, he's not just alive and well, but also walking around freely for reasons we're gonna discuss in the next few chapters. Durk found out about King Von's death during an Instagram live while jamming out to music, before he finally saw what his comments were saying, and you can immediately see his mood change when he did. Left in shock, he took to IG to unveil a heartbreaking post. Yet, even as the grief was just beginning to set in, one of hip-hop's most infamous trolls would set the ball rolling on a campaign that would haunt Durk for the next couple of years. To preface this, it's important to note that Durk's music often targets his deceased rivals within his lyrics. For instance, in the song
I do remember that though. Like, imagine hearing that your best friend just got killed and just got shot on Instagram Live. Like, you celebrating your song that y'all finna drop and like, come on, bro, that shit not.
Back in Blood by Pooh Shiesty, Durk makes an appearance, and in his verse, he subliminally disses a man by the name of Mubu Crump.
He was dissing on my cousin, now his ass all in that wood.
By claiming that he had someone deceased because they dissed his cousin, many believe these bars are referring to Mubu Crump because not only is he a fellow rapper from his hometown of Chicago, Illinois, but he was also dissing Durk's cousin and fellow label mate OTF Nunu. Nunu was tragically shot and passed away in May of 2014, and it seemed like karma would eventually strike Mubu as his actions would backfire at him later, and he too would pass away in May of 2018 from a shootout. Strangely enough, Durk is somewhat admired for this, as people respect him for apparently living the life he describes in his songs. Despite his recent claim that he is not a gang member, it's fairly well known that he's been linked with the Black Disciples since he dropped out of high school. On his Wikipedia page, they have a whole section dedicated to Durk's controversies, as he has gone on to mock the demise of individuals like FBG Duck, whom he taunted in songs like Should've Ducked.
Told my PO through the gate that I get hash. She asked me how do I get, I told her hashed up.
In some cases, the beefs he became involved in have led to some of his own affiliates dying, allegedly. Now, enter Tekashi 6ix9ine, a man who is known as hip-hop's biggest troll, who started beefing with Durk immediately upon him posting about his dead friend on Instagram, saying, "Newski, now Von, and you still rapping. Go pick up a gun," claiming that he needs to go pick up a gun to get revenge for Von and Newski, another affiliate of Durk's that got killed in 2014, caused a never-ending social media storm that Lil Durk still endures till this day. That's because when Von first died, he received a ton of praise from the hip-hop community, but Tekashi stuck out like a sore thumb when he decided to instead clown him for dying. It seemed really insensitive and gave cringe, edgy humor vibes, but the media would post it like crazy, hence giving him more attention. However, many believe that Tekashi kinda had a point, as Tekashi would then go on a tirade of posts, interviews, and podcasts slandering King Von's name at any given chance.
Was King Von a stand-up talker?
King Von was a get busy.
All right, so why was he lacking? Why was he lacking?
You know what?
Why was he lacking?
It doesn't matter.
He wanted to make it clear that he thought Von didn't live up to the expectations set within his music, where he would basically talk about how many bodies he has and how much of a demon he was. And since Tekashi himself was essentially blackballed by the entire music industry after he was exposed for being a fake gang member, he went all out after he found out that Durk wasn't getting the same treatment as he did. Till this day, he still pops out trying to make people realize that rappers don't really mean the words they say in their songs and that he was wrongfully blackballed. Plus, he already had plenty of smoke with Durk after he used his biggest feature ever on Drake's Laugh Now Cry Later to take shots at Tekashi snitching in court.
I'm in the trenches, relax. Can you not pet that little boy in the club? Cause we do not listen to rest.
This behavior is nothing new for 6ix9ine, who also beefed with Chief Keef back in the day, even showing up to O-Block in the middle of the night to try and feed into his whole test my gangsta narrative.
O-Block right here, this what y'all wanted me in Chicago? O-Block right here. I should call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck is that? Niggas ain't outside. It's only 10 p.m. What the fuck is that, blood?
So to see 6ix9ine throw some shade Von's way, even in death, wouldn't be surprising. And since then, he has done it numerous times for other rappers, including Young Dolph, Nipsey Hussle, and PNB Rock. But with Von, Tekashi took it a whole step further and used his giant online platform to point out what Von's wishes were after his passing, and claimed that Durk wasn't living up to his end of the bargain.
King Von said, when I die, my niggas gonna slide every day. Cat. That shit is cat. Who slipped?
I mean, yeah, you got a point, game, but like said, I don't know, but I don't care for real.
King Von yet? Rest in fucking piss. Fucking dumb.
Here, 6ix9ine was referring to these bars from Von's I Am What I Am song.
And then it's like, bro, when Von died, it's like everybody from Chicago just started. That's when everybody got comfortable. Shit, that nigga was really a problem, bro. Cause I'm telling you, it was like, bro, that nigga had Chicago quiet. For real. Then he died, everybody popped out with a motherfucking King Von story. And that's how shit really everybody got put on. And it's like, bro, these niggas doing interviews every day. Like, they doing interviews every other week, bro. Asking the same questions, bro. Like, bro, y'all niggas ain't got nothing better to ask, bro. Like, y'all ain't got nothing to ask about yourself. They be asking questions about Von and what happened this day. Like, bro, this shit over with, gang. It's old, bro.
Tekashi pointed out that Durk wasn't actively seeking revenge for his fallen comrade, and went on to call him out on his song Gene for not doing anything about Von's death.
Your man got shot, he not coming back. Go get a and get some get back. You a
The simple inclusion of this Slide4Von frame on this video, which accumulated nearly 35 million views, lit the flame for fans on the internet who absolutely ran with this. At this point, Slide4Von basically became a norm to see under any of Lil Durk's posts.
Oh, so 6ix9ine started that Slide4Von shit. I didn't know that.
At this point, Slide4Von basically became a norm to see under any of Lil Durk's posts on social media, with people till this day still asking if Durk has slid for Von. I love O-Block and Durk, but Lil Tim being alive makes them look so dumb. All of Von's songs on the album are about sliding for dead homies and being real, yet Lil Tim is still alive. Crazily, this isn't just a meme, but something that actively prevented listeners, most of whom have only seen a hood through a telescope or on a YouTube video, from enjoying Durk's music anymore.
But like, bro, you can't let fans get to you, bro. You can't just go out here and crash over some shit, like, you know, like, you can't just like. And then, like, bro, he already one of the biggest artists game. That's easily a fucking Fed case, bro. Like, he easily going to, like, bro, it's just, I don't know.
Don't f with Lil Durk then. Lil Durk, he ain't slide for Von. Bro's dead. That was his homie. He ain't slide. What is he doing?
Basically, the people you often saw telling Durk to slide for Von are thought to be spoiled white kids who just enjoy gaslighting the drama and not understanding the severity of the situation.
Because I promise you, if that nigga Durk was in this space right now, bro, his ass would be trying to get a picture again.
Because of how intertwined the streets and music are in Chicago, and the information that fans have because of things like Academics' War on Chirac series and Reddit pages, these people felt like they knew what Durk had to do if he was a true friend. And for Durk, this must have been surreal. This is a man who held Von down to the point that he gave him a record deal and let him stay independent and make more money than he ever could imagine. By signing to OTF and not letting him get tied up in a 360 deal or any other major label contractual entanglements, Durkio basically helped Von set his family up for life and still be able to provide for them even after he has sadly passed away. Still, even after everything he had done for him, these comments were everywhere. Every time Durk posted anything, you knew that there would be a subsection of fans who'd be spamming their demands for him to slide below. And over time, it clearly got to him. For example, at a show in Netherlands, Durk called a fan up who was telling him to slide for Von, just to tell him off before pushing him away. At the same time, he was inheriting Von's beef and gaining new ones on his behalf. Since his death, Durk has had smoke for Quando Rondo, Lil Tim, and even Quando's own label boss, NBA Youngboy. And in the case of Youngboy, it's gotten pretty ugly with their back and forths. Thankfully, Youngboy is on house arrest, so not much has escalated on that front. But eventually, Durk
keep Youngboy safe and out the way, man. Free that nigga though, bro.
Had enough and had to address the whole situation on some tracks. On hearing Sirens from his 7220 album, Durk vented some frustrations, saying, "Y'all tell me slide then turn around, then have the nerve to clown us. Like f them blogs, not f your dog, you dudes turned to cowards." On these bars, Durk took aim at the hypocrisy of rap fans who love to feed into the drama, only to turn around and claim that they're stupid and that they've thrown their lives and careers away when it all goes down. And as the internet continued to pressurize him, OGs, peers, and even people who'd normally be on his back were actually applauding Durk for not jeopardizing his whole life when he was the man who was in the position to keep Von's legacy alive.
Cause what literally, what could Durk do right now today about like King Von's murder? Nothing, except slide for him positively. Should Little Durk grab his Draco and just go, I don't know, shoot some niggas up that he felt like or had anything to do with, you know, with Von's death? Should he go do that today?
That's what some decent percentage of fans on the internet actually think. That he should torch his own career and life. He already has a case. I mean, he's insanely famous.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like the internet, like you can't let goofies on the internet just make you up and crash, gang. Like they gonna say what they want to say, bro. But at the end of the day, bro, these niggas is in the bed looking at what you doing, gang. Like they in the bed, bro. They don't even, bro. Most of these niggas don't even be doing street shit. Like these niggas be growing up, man. Listen, bro. I done seen it all again. Like these niggas be homeschooled, damn near talking about some. Oh, block this, nigga. Like, bro, you not OTF gang. You ain't get jumped in, bro. Calm down.
That and the fact that the fans feel like they have the right to feel that way about them.
What? Yeah, they don't. Nothing you could do to bring.
But like, I already know this shit, bro. That's why, like, I don't know. My head's just different, gang. Like when I blow, like when I get right, gang, and I get hella views and shit, and it's hella y'all watching this, bro. Like, but I'm gonna be reading comments and shit, but like, I'm not letting no comments get to me, gang, about nothing. Like, it just like, come on, bro, be for real.
On back, but he should go slide with his. Why should he do that when he can use his platform to keep Von's name alive, right? Service Von's memory, and also keep going upward as an artist and as a father and as a boyfriend or husband to whoever, whatever title he is to his girlfriend. It's like
another man who advocated for Durk to keep the bloodshed down to a minimum was Charleston White, who we covered in a video that dropped about a month ago. And while he did initially start to go viral for constantly dissing King Von and other fallen rappers as well, he thought that it was up to Durk to safeguard his career.
Him and Von was partners. He lose Von, then he lose his brother. Do I get to mourn? Can I process my grief? Or do y'all want me to throw my life away?
Exactly.
Y'all want me to crash out and come back down there with y'all so y'all can talk about me even more. I can't win with y'all. I can't win. This is a lose-lose situation that the fans want to put the rappers in.
Absolutely.
Now, these perspectives were all from outsiders, and if you ask...
Like, with Charleston White, gang, you can't hate him, but you can, bro, because, like, some shit he be off the wall with, bro. Like, he be talking about raping, like, all type of crazy. I don't know, bro. He be talking about some crazy shit, gang. But sometimes, like, he be speaking some real shit, too, bro. Like, it's 50-50 in with that nigga Charleston White. Like, he funny as hell, bro. But he just be on some other shit sometimes, man. That's the nigga you gotta watch, bro.
Any of the apparent...
like Uncle Ruckus, bro.
Chiracology experts, they would all assume that O-Block were angered at Durk for not doing dirt for Von. But that doesn't look like it's the case, as in an interview, Booka600 of OTF said that whatever social media thinks should be irrelevant to Durk.
You don't deal with it.
But like
these is people. Nah, if you letting some probably some little snotty nose at home using their mama phone tell you to do some shit and that shit getting to you, you crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody don't dictate no paces. Like, this for all the fans. If you watch, you don't dictate no paces. Nobody ain't listening to you. Talking about go do some shit that's gonna get them 500 years. Like,
and then niggas gonna know.
They finna come tell you, yeah, I slid. You ain't got $2 in your pocket. You can't send me shit if I tell you I did. Like,
amid all the hate sent his way, Durk has stayed strong to his commitment to Von, even though he's gone. When O-Block went up for sale in April of 2021, Durk pledged to be the one to save it, saying that he'll buy it no matter how much it cost. Elsewhere, he's continued to fly the flag for Von's legacy and defend his name from any slander. But in addition to repping him, there have been hints that maybe Durk did get revenge for Von in his own way. And he just had a good sense to not incriminate himself for it. That's because on May 23rd, 2023, academics released a podcast with Lil Durk, where he literally asked him if he gets tired of seeing all the Slide4Von comments.
You not triggered by the Slide4Von comments. I don't know if people still say it. They used to say it, but you also mentioned a song. They be like, they be saying Slide4Von, I think they trolling me. Yo, by the way, that song is fire, I ain't gonna lie.
After pausing for a brief moment, Durk changed the entire vibe of the room, where he implied that he already did Slide4Von, in a way that he didn't want to reveal anything that can possibly lock him up.
For some reason, I just don't see the comments no more. For some odd reason. I don't know. Might be the water. You be seeing the comments a lot. They kind of chilled out a little bit. I don't know why.
This led to tons of conspiracies about what Lil Durk was alluding to when he said this. So did Lil Durk actually do it? Did he really Slide4Von? Well, although nothing has been confirmed, this isn't the only time in the past year that Durk has said that he might have greenlit something on Von's behalf. Just check out these bars from his verse on Nardo Wick's Who Want the Smoke.
Be on my page like Slide4Von, I know they trolling me. Outside with y'all big homie, be on, I keep the folks with me.
These bars are pretty vague, but it wasn't. On the same track, he declared, better do what Nardo said, cause dudes die for pumping gas. And immediately, fans thought this might be a reference to an attempted shooting of Quando at a gas station in August of 2022, which led to a 20-year-old man by the name of Lil Pab being killed, where Durk even sampled Quando crying at the scene over his dead friend. Now, this is a precarious position for Durk to put himself into, as he seemed to insinuate that he had something to do with it. With so much on the line, this is a dangerous move, especially in light of recent events such as Young Thug and YSL being locked up on RICO charges. However, one thing we do know is that even if Durkio actually slid, he won't ever confirm it online like so many other Chicago rappers because he has so much to lose. He even tweeted this: "The goal is not to go to jail, so y'all will never see me do tough shit on here to look street. I am the streets." Obviously, this is just a case of joining up the dots, and even if O-Block did claim revenge, there's nothing to say that Durk was actively involved. But what we do know is that at every bump in the road, he will still ride for Von and misses him to this day. Now 3 years on from Von's untimely passing, people are beginning to realize that Durk is a hip-hop superstar with an empire to oversee. So rather than going on a killing spree that alleged experts on street etiquette want him to carry out, he has to stay grounded in reality and avoid letting it get to his head. A man who has now lost a cousin, a close friend, and even his brother
Man, that's the end of this video, bro. Do y'all think Durk should slide for Von, bro, or it's too late, man? Like, comment, subscribe, man. Let me know what y'all think about this shit, bro. Long live Von, man. We out.